This is Gossip Farm, episode 17. Today I messed up by jumping into a lake in my bra and panties to save a man that turned out to be an elite military scuba diver in training. I'm couch surfing with my sister and her boyfriend. I work for him at the lakeside bar, trying to pay for college. My state is open, and while I'm not thrilled, I need both the job and my scored sofa accommodations to make it work. To give them their space and myself a break from the doom scrolling, I take a run by the lake in the mornings. This lake is bombast and draws scuba divers to the flooded town at the bottom. Today, I was in my own head, running when a dark mass floated to the surface 40 feet away. I was on the craggy side of the lake, and this dude looked dead. D-E-A-D. Facing away from me, his head was tipped back, eyes closed, bobbing like a fishing lure. No one else was around, so I thought he was quantum crazy out here, scuba diving alone at dawn, giving himself the bends or some nonsense. Like a jerk, I didn't yell at him to check in. Instead, I took off my shoes and stripped to my skivvies to save the imbecile. The movie trailer in my head had me taking 3 glorious steps and launching into the deep blue water, Black Widow style. Instead, my tender feet hit the sharp rocks and I contorted under the pain like a slinky as I uncoordinatedly pitched myself into the water, doing a side flop. I was also wearing my contacts, so I swam hard in his direction with my eyes closed. When I opened them, he was staring at me like I'd lost my ever-loving mind, so I blurted, "Are you okay?" He removed the regulator and incredulously said yes. My brain blue-screened while I tread water. The lake felt infinitely deep. Before I could terrify myself by hearing the Jaws theme song, I turned to nope the hell out of there, yelling over my shoulder, "I thought you needed saving," to explain my idiocy. As I pivoted, another dude cleared his throat from 30 feet away on the other side. I never heard a sound from him, so I freaked out, failing and belting an ear-wounding scream at him. Both jerks laughed as a few more heads surfaced around us. I was surrounded by divers, all wildly entertained by my ridiculous high-octane mess-up. After pointing to me and the beach, the merman, that was my original target, cautiously swam toward me after I nodded and escorted me to the shore. The beach was much further than I had anticipated, so I was trying to low-key breathe, hiding my need to suck all of the O2 from the air. Also, the comedy of the situation consumed me, and I started to giggle. Finally, I joked, "Dude, you are lucky you weren't actually dying, because it would have taken everything I have to drag your sorry butt this far." He chuckled before offering me a tow. Heck no! Not gonna happen. Even if I had to dog paddle, I wouldn't openly accept that defeat. He quietly mocked me the rest of the way to the shore. I'm a secret sap for it. They were cadets or recent graduates from a military college, here for the summer. They'd been training in pools and were doing some open water exercises. They had been out there at least part of the night. I'm sure I blew up whatever drill they were running. He's training for pre-dive school, and since I am an expert Googler, I'm guessing that means combat diving. At the shore, I did my best to throw my shoulders back and march out of the water in my sports bra and undies in front of what I can only imagine were some pretty brave men. I did invite him and his clandestine crew for an absurdly overpriced beer at the bar tonight, before shame jogging back into the woods for my clothes. OP, you're a brave woman, I'll give you that. Thanks for this blast of comedy. You know what's coming now, right? Please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Yep, I said it again. Now on to the next story. Today, I messed up by telling my dad about the Karen meme. My family loves to overshare. This lack of filter sometimes has the tendency to get people into trouble because not all the information is provided, even when it's meant harmlessly. My parents are a bit older, prime okay boomer age. I was talking to my dad the other day on the phone because his birthday dinner was a few days later. I asked how mom was doing, and he went on to tell me a story about how my mom and aunt, Karen, were at the store and the cashier made a mistake. My aunt went off on the cashier and asked to see the manager. My mom was mortified and tried to calm her down, but she wasn't having it. I then mentioned to my dad, "That's such a Karen thing." He goes on to say, "Yeah, your aunt does that a lot." I tell him, that's the funny part. The Karen meme is a real thing. It's when an entitled, typically white woman gets angry at the smallest mistake and asks for the manager. My dad found this hilarious, and I explain in more detail. I sent him a few links to sites explaining it online. He finds all of this hilarious, and she even has the Karen hairstyle. This sends him down the Google Images rabbit hole, and the next few days he sends me random memes of Karens, doing Karen stuff adding, "Your aunt did this last week," or "I think this one is about your aunt." This leads up to his birthday dinner with extended family. My dad's birthday dinner is going well. Everyone is having a good time. Good food and drinks, etc. Suddenly, my aunt, sitting a few seats down from me, leans forward and loudly shouts down the table, "Hey, my name, what's this whole thing about making a meme about me?" I respond, "Huh?" She then tells me my dad sent her all these memes about things she's done. He didn't give her the context that it's a generic meme from the internet and what it's about. Now, my aunt thinks I made all these memes about her real-life events. At this point, the entire family thinks I created this meme on the internet about my aunt's antics in public. There is a back-and-forth discussion about it being really rude of me. She's pulling a Karen and starts chewing me out. Meanwhile, I am looking at my dad like, WTF, back me up here. My dad finally steps in to say that this is just a random viral internet thing and that I didn't make these up behind my aunt's back. Even after explaining, she's a bit irritated. It is apparent she is embarrassed that she is so much like a Karen and couldn't tell the difference between the stories online and her own encounters. Oh, wow, an actual, real-life Karen. What if this is the Karen? What if someone met her and decided to use her name to start that meme? That would be the perfect twist to this story. Last one up. Today, I messed up by accidentally getting sexual with my dentist again. I can never go back to my new dentist after 2 visits because I'm an idiot. My dentist is a very nice and professional man. Our first appointment was going pretty smoothly until he made some innocuous remark about us being strangers. My immediate reply was, "Oh, you're not a stranger. You've been inside of my mouth for 20 minutes. I did not intend to make a sexual joke. His face turned red, and he was clearly embarrassed, but he continued on like a true professional, and we were probably both relieved when the appointment was over. I had my second dentist appointment today. I actually mentally prepared myself to be a model patient who didn't say anything weird, thank you very much. He had been working in my mouth for about 5 minutes when he started to seem really uncomfortable or something. His face was red and he was breathing a little heavier. I was a bit concerned and also confused. Like, how could I have embarrassed him this time? I had hardly spoken. So he keeps working in there, and then I realize what the heck is happening. My dentist was wearing grape-flavored gloves. I had been absent-mindedly licking his fingers the whole time, never going back. I truly believe that OP will never go back there again. I only have 2 questions here. First, who has flavored gloves? And second, who licks any kind of gloves? That's all for today. Which of the stories made you laugh the most? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.